In this section, we're going to talk about rectangular coordinate systems and graphs. This is also known as the Cartesian plane, named after the philosopher mathematician Rene Descartes. He's famous for saying, "I think, therefore I am." And then the coordinates are also called the Cartesian coordinate system. So it consists of an x-axis, which is your horizontal, your y-axis, which is a vertical, and then these are your quadrants. They go counterclockwise. I'm not sure why. That's the way it's always been. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. If you are going to go on and take trigonometry and calculus, this will be very important to you in the future. The center right here where they meet is the point 0, 0, and it is known as the origin. As you go to the right on the x-axis, your values are positive. As you go on the left, your values are negative. As you go up in your y-axis, your values are positive, and as you come down, your values are negative. Alright, and so here are some numbers represented showing what I just said: positive to the right, negative to the left, positive up, negative down. So if I was going to plot the point 3, negative 1, I've been doing math a long time, but if I'm in a hurry or distracted, a lot of times I will flip the values. So I like to write x over x and y over y, just so that my brain remembers. So this tells me to start at the origin and walk 3 on the x-axis, so 1, 2, 3. And then it tells me to go down 1 on the y-axis here, and that's where you would draw your point. So let's plot some points. Negative 2, 4. I'm going to start at the origin, and I'm going to, well, let's go ahead and do what I said I'd do. Negative 2, 4. Put an x and a y there. So I'm going to start at the origin and walk 1 to negative 1, negative 2, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where I'm going to plot my point. And you can label it if you want to. I have the point 3, 3. So that's x and y. So I'm going to walk to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. Draw my point. And then the point 0, negative 3. That's x and that's y. So I don't move anywhere, left or right. I just stay on the origin, and then I go down negative 3. 1, 2, 3. And draw my point. So you can graph. If you have an equation, you can graph by plotting points. That's one of the ways to do it. So I like to make a table. I have x and y. And you can make a line technically with 2 points, but you can make any 2 points line up. So I prefer to do 3 just as a check to make sure that something isn't wonky. So I'm going to pick 1 as a point, and so my equation here is y equals negative x plus 2. So y equals negative 1 plus 2, or 1. So that gives me the point 1, 1. I'm going to put in 0, and I get y is equal to 0 plus 2, or 2. So that's the point 0, 2. And then I'm going to put in negative 1, and I get y is equal to negative times negative 1 plus 2 So that becomes a positive, so that's 3, so this is a 0.03. Oh, not 0, -1. Alright, let's plot these guys. So I got 1, 1, 0, 2, and -1, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to line these up, maybe, and draw my line. I'm going to put arrows to indicate that they go on forever in the other direction. And in the old days, I always say that if you kind of missed your point, just make it a little bigger. Alright. You can also use a graphing utility. I highly recommend this. This is my very favorite graphing utility. You can download it as an app, and you can definitely go to the website. There's a hyperlink in your notes, but it's desmos.com/calculator. So I typed in this exact equation, hit enter, and then it gives me the line. Alright, so we are interested in finding x-intercepts and y-intercepts. So the x-intercept is where it intercepts or catches. When you intercept a ball, right, in football, you catch the ball. So this is where it catches the x-axis. Remember, this is x and this is y. So for this graph, that would be your x-axis or your x-intercept. And for the y-intercept, it's where it catches or crosses the y-axis, so that would be here. So to find them numerically, you just let the opposite variable equal to 0 and solve. So if I want the x-intercept, I let y equal 0 and solve. If I want the y-intercept, I let x equal to 0 and solve. So it says find the intercepts of the equation, then sketch the graph using only the intercepts. So if I want, for the x-intercept, I always write this so I don't forget, let y equal to 0. And so it's 0 equals -3x minus 4. That's 3x equals -4, or x equals -4/3. And so that is the point -4/3, 0. So I'm going to go over to -4/3. So -4/3 is going to be a little bit more than -1. So if I do -4 divided by 3, I get -1.33. So it's going to be about right here. And then for my y-intercept, I'm going to let x equal to 0, so y equals -3 times 0 minus 4, or y equals -4, so that's the point 0, -4. And I go here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I am going to line up my points and draw my line. Alright. And I just threw in a graph I threw the graph into Desmos, and if you're in Desmos, all you do is click, they'll already have like a little dot there, and click on it and it will give you your numbers, which coincides with what it did before. And see, I did -4/3, which is -1.33, and this is -1.33, so it corresponds. If you want to see more videos on this, these hyperlinks are live, and they're not Newton Alta videos, they're videos from your textbook. So definitely, if you feel like you need more material or more practice on this, check them out.